Hey, it's Heidi, and I'm here to show you something I've been working on. I mentioned in a previous video that I am trying to make ornaments and other things using only the supplies I already had on hand. So this is kind of the second in that series. The first was the felt tree ornaments. I had these various size little kind of fake embroidery hoops in my stash. I bought them thinking I would be able to do something else with them, but they just really don't work like embroidery hoops do. So I wasn't able to use them. Just the way that they're set up, they don't hold tension really. So I'm using felt, and I will just be gluing these directly onto here. So I just cut them the same size as the inner shapes. And I'm just going to be adding different floral and like heart pieces to it. So here's one that is done already. Flower inside a heart, and then I blanket stitched around, and I whip stitched around the outside of the heart. So I will be gluing that in place right like this. I got another one that's just florals, and it's got some lazy daisy like leaves. And so that will go on here like this. I'm still kind of playing around with how I'll glue it. I tried this multi-purpose spray, which worked well. The lesson I learned is just to do that with only the centerpiece, this piece right here, which is, I'm having a hard time turning that. So only this piece and not this piece, because if the glue gets on here, it obviously makes that sticky, which you don't want. So I might go with this, and I'm going to experiment with a couple of other things. And when I show you the finished project, I will show you the adhesive that I settled on. So I'll work on a few of these and let you watch, and then show you the finished project. Hey, okay, so here is what I settled on. I decided to just use my Mod Podge. It says it's glue. So I just painted it onto the backing with a flat paintbrush and then stuck the felt onto it. And that seems to have worked really well. It feels secure. I think I will spray these with like a Scotch Guard. That's usually how I finish small pieces like this that are going to be handled, like ornaments will. And so that is what I ended up doing. So I didn't use every single one. I decided to just be content with these. I only did one snowflake one. Just kind of free-handed that, and I'm just noticing that spot's a little weird, but it's too late, so that's all right. So those are the felt ones I did. And then while I was kind of looking through my supplies, I found that I already had these on hand. You can kind of see what I was talking about earlier with how these don't really work as hoops. I tried to make them work. That's why I have these. I really wanted these to be successful, but they just, you can see the issues with them, and they just don't hold the tension. You can see it's kind of bunching here. This one is not great. So I'm just adding rings onto these, and then I will use some small ribbon to finish them off. Here's the others that I already had done. So quite a few finished ornaments with these tiny hoops, which is fun. Haven't decided yet if I'll give them as gifts or hand them. Probably a mixture of the two. But that's an easy finish. I have this red ribbon, and I have like a deep green version as well. So that is what they will look like all done. Do one of these as well. I don't really need the ring, it looks like. But these already had them on from a few years ago when I made those, trying to make them work. But they're not good enough to sell, which is what I was hoping for. But they are good enough to go on my tree. I think that's probably my favorite stitched one. All right, thanks for making ornaments with me.